Welcome to Soundscape Crusaders,
music discovery podcast where we pair music with media.
Join co-hosts Nate and Levi on this journey
As we dive deep and examine one song an episode, discuss what we love about it,
and then pair it with something that emotionally and tonally coincides with the song.
We are in the last month of horror month.
You might want to repeat that.
Week. What?
You said we're in the last month of horror month.
Oh shit. We're in the
I was like, this is the last month, dude, bro. We still got 2 more months.
Look at me trying to be like professional podcaster.
You got to leave that in because that shit's kind of funny.
I know.
That shit's really funny.
We are in the last week of horror month.
Hell yeah.
It is Halloween week. Halloween's coming up. Everybody's getting real into the Halloween spirit right now. And I don't know. Do you celebrate super hard or are you kind of whatever about Halloween?
I guess it depends when it falls on in the week. I mean, like right now when we're recording this, we're like in the early days of horror month or of October. So I at least watch a horror movie or two. I always watch Halloween every year.
Yeah.
In 1970.
On Halloween?
On Halloween. Always watch that one.
Nice.
One of my favorites, probably my favorite Halloween movie. I usually do that. Sometimes I'll go out to a party or something like that, but it's a Monday, it's
Man,
not.
I haven't gone to a Halloween party in a long time.
We're going to one on the 29th. I don't know if it's
Really?
a costume party yet.
Yeah.
I need to get the deets on that, but we're doing
I need more
something on
friends.
Saturday. What?
I need friends that throw parties.
Oh, it's not my friends. I'm just going by proxy.
Well, still, I don't even have that. But that's exciting.
It'll be fun. Yeah, it'll be fun.
If you're listening and you know me and you're having a Halloween party without me, I hope you feel bad.
Yeah, feel bad. Feel bad.
No, but Halloween is this Monday, so a little under a week away. This is our last episode before Halloween. And I don't know. I feel a tremendous amount of pressure with what I bring today. And I have 2 songs, Nate.
Okay.
2 songs that I can't decide between. One is a classic in its own right.
Okay.
And is more like hard rock. It's more of a hard rock song, right? Versus another that's more folk music and psychedelic. And I think we're going to do something unprecedented now. First time ever. I think I want you to pick which one sounds more interesting to you.
Fuck yeah, let's go.
Are we going to go with I would say a less conventional but equally popular like psychedelic folk song? Or are we going to go with like when you think of Halloween, this is a song that comes up?
Is it the Monster Mash?
No. Actually, no. I take it back. You're not gonna. Well,
I lost my privileges by just bringing up the Monster Mash, didn't I?
I think I'm gonna go with the hard rock one because the psychedelic song. There's another song on the album that. Man, see, I.
So the only reason I was gonna pick the psychedelic one is because the week before was kind of a hard rock song.
The week before was a hard rock song.
Yeah, that's the only reason I was going to vote towards that. But if that psychedelic one belongs to an artist or a record that has something else you want to talk about later down the road, it's better not to double dip.
Yeah, that's true.
So often, So, and I'm fine with another hard rock song.
Yeah, we don't want to have it like too crazy.
It's your call, man. It's your call. If I knew the artist, I could be better.
I know, but then that like
I don't want you to spoil it. I don't want you to give it away.
Give me like 2 minutes.
All right, starting a timer now. You have 2 minutes starting.
I'm trying to see like which is more or less popular.
I mean, the less popular songs you've brought in two of them have been my favorites. So
I think you've heard both of these though.
That's fine.
Okay, so on one hand we have shit, man. I'm stuck.
You have 1:15.
What is my problem today?
You're just an indecisive boy.
I'm usually a lot better, but like right now I'm pretty stuck because like both of them. You know what? I think I'm gonna go with the less conventional one. We'll do a shout out to who and especially since you were leaning towards doing the more folksy thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the way we're gonna go. It's a little less conventional, but I think it's gonna be fun.
Okay.
So let's start out with the song that I'm not picking, which is really good. Feed My Frankenstein by Alice Cooper. That's what you're missing out on right now.
That would have been great.
It's a great. See, do you see my dilemma now? I'm like, that's a great
that's a really good song.
All right.
Wow.
I know. What a dilemma we just went through.
I feel like I just went through a midlife crisis.
So, the song that we're going to be talking about this week is a song that I discovered by proxy because there was another song on the same album that I fell in love with and I'd never heard before. Because this year in general, I've spent a lot of time just absorbing psychedelic rock and just taking in as much as I can. I even have a playlist that I'm still refining.
Is that you?
I saw it coming.
Bro, you read me like a book, son.
Yeah. I saw your eyes start to squint and I was like, yep, it's going. Okay. But this man, you could say he is contemporaries with, the Beatles, John Lennon, and people of that era. He became active in 1964. And the song that originally hooked me with his sound is the titular track of this album, which is Sunshine Superman. Have you heard that track?
I don't think so.
It's a wonderful song. I might end up covering it in season 2 or 3 or something, but
gotcha.
Great song by Donovan. Have you listened to Donovan?
Why does that sound familiar?
Donovan is a Scottish musician, and he's known for his psychedelic rock, folk music, kind of poppy sound that kind of came up alongside the Beatles.
Is he like a Henry Nielsen type of guy?
I do not know. But hey, don't look it up yet because we're gonna pop your cherry if you haven't heard him with today's song, which is you've probably heard it. It is called Season of the Witch. So
it's not ringing a bell, but there's a very good chance.
There's a good chance you've heard it, but if you haven't, I will be very happy to share this with you.
You just like to stump me.
Well, I mean, I thought you had heard, but I knew you had heard Feed My Frankenstein.
Mm-hmm.
I was unsure about this, but I think he's fairly popular. At least
sounds familiar.
You've heard, this song is in a lot, you'll hear it in TV shows and stuff sometimes. It's not like an advertising thing as much, but, I imagine you would find it in a show like Supernatural or something,
Okay.
Over the credits or something. So let's get you zeroed out.
All right, mate.
And let me know when you're ready.
We're zeroed out, son.
All right. In 3, 2, 1.
He reminds me of Lou Reed. I don't know if I've heard this song. No, Lou Reed's not British or Scottish.
I'll be surprised if you don't recognize the chorus.
So many different people to be.
I feel like I heard this in a movie.
Yeah.
So strange. You got to pick up.
No fucking way. You know I Own Sky, the actress? Her dad's Donovan.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Must be the season of the week.
Yeah, so give me your thoughts. Have you heard this?
So my introduction to this, or how I know this song, is by proxy, because in 2019 Lana Del Rey did a cover of it.
Yeah.
And I just never listened to the original. I don't know why, but I think her cover is pretty solid, and that's kind of my tie to the song. I like it. I'm kind of a huge sucker for 1960s psychedelic, because there's just something so charming about it. You know, it's not overbearing or overpowering on the ears. It's very smooth. It's like the equivalent of getting stoned in a sense, you know?
Yeah.
It's about as most accurate as you can be musically, I think. And it's just so, it's not, I wouldn't call it easy listening, because there's all these intense or complex instrumentation. But
you have that basic dependable bass line, like what you were saying, and that keeps you.
It was three or four. It sounded like it was a 4/4.
Yeah.
And so that means it's 4 notes, 4 measures, you know. But it's not, yeah, like you said, I was saying during the song, it feels simple, but all of it layered on top of each other, it's very complex.
Yeah.
Or it feels complex. And I don't know, I think I vibe, you know, it feels very Jefferson Airplane-esque, you know, I vibe with that kind of shit. It was fun. It's just a really cool little track. And I think psychedelic music is just really fun to listen to.
I would equate the song to running around on the moon. That simple bass line keeps you, it gives you a little bit of gravity to keep you from flying off the surface. But then you have those peaks and valleys of his vocals between the chorus and verses. Yeah. And it lets you bounce a little bit, but it's never too steep or too fast. It's a perfect rolling, just ride.
Oh, for sure. It's
that's what you need in good psychedelic music, is because you want something to put you in this state and keep you there.
And I what I love so much, and it happened in this song, is a lot of psychedelic musicians, you know, the guitar players specifically, their instrumentation gets kind of fucking crazy and not experimental, but it's very what's the word I'm thinking of?
Explorative?
No, improvised. It feels improvised.
Okay.
And one of my favorite psychedelic, I mean, I guess if you want to call them, are they psychedelic? Would you call them psychedelic?
Donovan?
No, one of my favorite bands that I kind of put under the psychedelic moniker is Grateful Dead, and it felt very early Grateful Dead-esque in a sense, even though they incorporate a lot of more Southern rock as well.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, man. I don't really have super a lot to say. Just that it was really good.
Hey, I'm just glad you liked it.
No, for sure, dude.
A couple of fun facts. At this time, it's not 100%, credited. It's not 100% known whether or not they were on this specific song, but in general, around this time, Jimmy Page and John Paul Jones of Led Zeppelin were popular session musicians, so they would record for other people, like for like the instrumentation or whatever. So there's a chance that they could be in this, but it's unknown.
It's unconfirmed kind of thing.
Yeah. And then credited for writing this is Donovan, although Sean Phillips, who is a sometimes collaborator of Donovan, has claimed authorship. So who knows? But regardless, good song.
It was very good. Another, my other tie to Donovan is he wrote a song in 1968. I don't know if you've heard it. You probably have, called Hurdy Gurdy Man, I think is what it's called.
That's
one
that Jimmy Page and John Paul Jones were on, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. That's like the one song I really know by him. I like this one better though.
Really?
I do.
Check out, okay, if you listen to that, the first song on this album is Sunshine Superman.
Okay.
It is awesome.
It's good.
I love that song so much. It's a little more bouncy than this one, whereas this one's more rolling.
I like the laid back rolling though.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, and that's what's the great thing is because this is later in the album, I think, whereas Sunshine Superman is the first track.
Opening, yeah.
So it's kind of like if we're gonna continue with the analogy, it's this sativa to this song's indica. Like you got the bouncy start, and then this one has you kind of settling more into the couch.
I fuck with that. That's a good analogy.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I don't have too much to say about this either. Let's jump into the lyrics.
I think it's a fucking stellar track, and it kind of reminded me of like Jefferson Airplane as well.
Yeah. And
it's a good song.
I mean, I'll be real. I don't really know what this song's about. It's just talking about strange things and weird happenings, and which I guess is the point. Like, it's like, this must be the season of the witch. Kind of like that moment when you're like, it's like, oh, a lot of weird shit's happening. Like, is it a full moon outside? Like, what's going on? You know? Because he's saying, when I look out my window, many sights to see. And when I look in my window, so many different people to be, that it's strange, so strange. When I look over my shoulder, what do you think I see? Some other cat looking over his shoulder at me.
I wonder if it's kind of like him going through like, you know, stages of paranoia as well, you know?
It does seem that way. Like he's like, yeah, he's like kind of freaking out a little bit because he's like, what's going on?
I mean, yeah, I'm still confident with my pick for sure.
Really?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it seems, I mean, like, especially looking at like he's like repeating himself, and like when you're paranoid, you like repeat a lot.
Yeah.
And you're going through like, you know, stages, I don't know if psychosis or whatnot. You're like reiterating a lot in your mind. And I feel like that's what he's doing in this song, especially in the chorus. Like, take the first chorus, he repeats, you got to pick up every stitch, 3 out of the 6 lines. The other 3 lines are must be season of the witch. And then he, you know, varies that up, but it's still same concept of
right.
You got to pick up every stitch and must be season of the witch.
Yeah. And
then like chorus 2, he talks about rabbits running in the ditch, which Genius says that Genius doesn't really have an answer for that. Never mind.
Genius doesn't have much at all.
No, it does not. So,
but yeah, I mean, it leaves a lot to interpretation, which I love. And
that makes our job easier.
Yeah, and that, well, also like it's, you know, it's a psychedelic song. Like you don't want it super clear anyway. Like you kind of want to come up with your own meanings to things,
and you want to have a good time.
Yeah, just enjoy it. Go along.
You're gonna trip. You're gonna trip balls and have a good time.
Like, just it's a cool Halloween night.
Yeah, chill out.
You're listening to this song. Maybe you're on a hayride. Maybe you're trick-or-treating.
Do you want to hear a funny story about trick-or-treating? You don't have to include this in the episode. I almost got arrested once for trick-or-treating. You know, and I didn't do anything, but the cops were out looking for me.
Why?
So I was in high school. I think I was a sophomore in high school. And I wanted to go trick-or-treating. Like a bunch of my friends from high school were going trick-or-treating. And I was like, fuck yeah, let's do it. You know, we're getting old. We're going to go out. We're going to have a good time. Because there's a neighborhood directly adjacent to my parents that was one of those like big ass candy bars, like go hard in the paint. And so it was like a group of 10, 12 of us. And it's like people I grew up in my neighborhood and siblings and all that. And this was in 2008. What movie came out in summer of 2008 that was super fucking popular? The Dark Knight. So every other person was the Joker. including me. I had a purple like sports coat and everything, dude. I was fucking decked. But there was another Joker perusing that neighborhood, and they egged someone's house. They vandalized someone's house.
No.
And this lady like caught, or just, you know, the owner of the house saw that it was a Joker. Someone dressed as the Joker. And
that does not narrow it down.
It does not narrow it down. And by this time, the groups had split. Me and the group I was in, we split into two groups, kind of just try to cover more ground. And the other group got stopped by this lady. And this lady said, "Have you seen someone dressed as the Joker?" And one of my good friends who lived the street behind me was like, "Oh, that's probably Nate," like not even thinking. And the lady's like, "Nate, what?" and Nathan Wills, if you ever listen to this, I still love you. You're a good person. I'll just never let you forget this. Said my name, and she called the cops, and he freaked out, told his mom, who told my mom, and my mom's calling me like, "Did you egg a house? Did you vandalize a house?" I'm like, huh? No. Like, it's just, my mom's like, "Some lady's looking for you. She's going to get the cops on you, blah, blah." Like, all this
God.
shit. And I have to ask my mom and to like kind of remember how it all like transpired and how it all ended. But like my mom, like, I guess found the lady, was like, my son didn't fucking do it. I think mom was like going to throw down with this lady, and nothing came out of it.
I could see your mom throwing down with a lady.
Oh yeah. My mom's like, you met my mom. She's like really short. She's like a really short woman.
She has that like energy. Like, she could handle herself.
She'd beat a motherfucker up. Yeah. Too. Love my mom. I absolutely adore my mother.
Love you, Paula.
Yeah, we love you, Paula. But yeah, that's how I almost had the cops called on me for something I didn't do in trick-or-treating. But yeah.
It's a good story. I like that.
You don't have to include it. I don't really give a shit either way.
I probably will.
Well, there you go. But yeah, if you're having, just a good Halloween night, because, at least where we're at, located down in Texas, it's cooling down. The nights are nice. Thank fucking God. Am I right?
Yeah. It's like, it's 75 degrees and we're like, yeah, let's break out the jackets.
Oh, yeah. Get your jeans out, brothers. They're ready. But yeah, like, this is a great song to put on, put on your Bluetooth speaker, just chill, watch the leaves fall, hand out candy, have a good time.
Yeah.
It's a great song. The more like I think about it, and the more this like gestates in my head, the more I'm like, this song fucking slaps.
Yeah.
This is a good song.
Yeah. You could think of any Halloween activity and you can throw this song in there.
Oh yeah. I like the hayride idea. Like through like a haunted hayride kind of thing. I've never done anything like that.
Or even like a costume party. Like dancing with you, boo. While you were out like trick-or-treating when you were like a sophomore, other kids were getting laid and listening to this song. So
damn. Man, you know what? I still had fun. Fuck those kids. They all have STDs now.
You're probably not wrong. Probably not wrong. But hey,
man,
I love you. I'm just fucking with you.
No, you good, man. Love you too, bro. It's all love in here. Yeah,
all right,
dude,
man.
Fucking great song. I already have my pick. I love it. This is just fantastic.
Let's go into the picks then.
You ready?
What you got for me? I'm crossing my fingers that you don't have my pick because I have a pretty good pick. So,
is it a horror movie?
Ish. Do you have a horror movie or?
Mine's a horror movie.
Okay, then it's not the same.
I'm going like 4 for 4 on horror, like because I feel like I have to.
Horror.
Yeah.
Okay. Mine's Halloween themed, but not really scary.
So first off, the name of this song shares the title with a movie that I think is criminally underrated, but I think people are turning around on it. So I want to give a shout out to Halloween 3: Season of the Witch. Great fucking movie, way ahead of its time. The concept, if like it came to fruition, the concept of Halloween would still be going on today. You know, sans Michael Myers.
Yeah.
So I want to give a shout out to that movie. Phenomenal. It's brutal. It's campy. It's so much fun. Love that movie. Not the movie.
Check off your bingo cards because I'm gonna say it. Haven't seen it, but I think I might correct that this Halloween.
It's good. It's really, really good. Highly recommend it. I watched it because Junk Food Cinema was like hyping it up. Yeah, it was one of those ones I didn't watch because I was like, oh, it doesn't have Michael in it, even though like the later ones with Michael still kind of suck.
Right.
So
you just never gave it the light of day.
Never gave it the time. But then I watched it. And it was probably, I can't remember what year they talked about it, but I was like, damn, they're right. And then you learn the whole idea of how they wanted to make it an anthology series, which would have been brilliant. You could have had limitless possibilities. You know, it's a shame audiences. Yeah, it's a shame audiences didn't like grasp onto that. They would now.
Yeah.
But it was just a different time back then. So, but on to my real pick. So, I'm not a huge like vampire fan, you know, all that. Right. I'm not. The mummy, like the concept of mummies is all right. I think witches are fucking sick though. Not like,
yeah.
I do like Hocus Pocus, not like Hocus Pocus style witches. Like I'm talking about like grody ass women, you know, deep in the woods, like killing
scary
children.
Shit.
Yeah, scary shit. And one thing I love about this song, we kind of talked about it in the lyrics. Granted, the lyrics are so vague that we can put whatever, we can kind of fit whatever we think into those lyrics. I think there's a really deep element of psychosis and paranoia in this song, and it ramps up, especially in the chorus when the instrumentation really kind of like builds up decibel wise and, you know, crescendos up. And I think this movie plays into that paranoia fact or that idea of paranoia well as the supernatural element. And I think you've seen this movie. It came out in 2015. It's a folk horror movie written and directed by Robert Eggers.
Yep. I knew that's what you were going for.
I had to, bro. I'm choosing The Witch. Let me...
It's in that link. Great movie.
It's such a good movie, dude. I absolutely adore this movie. And I think the whole paranoia, because what I think is interesting is if you take out a couple scenes or like if you ignore like well, that kind of defeats the whole purpose. But granted, you as the audience member know like the witch is real.
Right.
But the main characters don't, and their paranoia ramps up as the movie progresses because the inciting incident is huge in this movie. And we'll talk about it more because I love it, and it sounds like you really like it too.
I'm a big fan.
It's a great movie. Robert is... I still haven't seen The Northman, but he's 2 for 2 in my book.
Northman's awesome too.
It's good. I'll have to check that out.
You should definitely watch it.
I love Lighthouse. Lighthouse is so
Lighthouse is great, yeah. Let's watch this trailer.
All right, I got it pulled up. Let me know when you're zeroed out.
Ready.
3, 2, 1. Yeah, this movie is so fucking well done.
Definitely need captions.
Yes. It's all in Old English.
Kindred, our fathers' houses. For what? For the kingdom of God. Let us pray.
This This movie is shot beautifully, and it's absolutely insane.
It's very atmospheric. I like this movie a lot. It's the kind of horror movie that I like. And like I know all month I've been saying like, nah, I'm not gonna fuck with that. I'm not gonna fuck with that. This is a movie where like I can handle because it's disturbing, but I was thinking about it, and I think the thing that bothers me about a lot of horror movies is I just don't like sudden loud noises, like like from contrived like jump scares or whatever. Because half the time I'm jumping because the noise is like
I agree.
overwhelming.
I agree wholeheartedly.
And this is just like well constructed, atmospheric. Like there's creepy moments, and
There may be one jump scare, and it's like so tame relative to like, you know, like a Ring or a Conjuring. I love Conjuring, but it has a couple jump scares like that.
Some people, that's what they want, and they like if you like that, this probably isn't the movie for you, and you're gonna leave being like, oh, that wasn't scary. It's like, well, it's not supposed to be more unsettling than scary. I think
it's supposed to just make you uncomfortable and nervous, and you know, you don't know which way it's gonna go.
And Robert Eggers is like a huge history nut, so like the language is all
it's very accurate
to the 1600s.
I mean, same with like the wardrobe, same with like the infrastructure. It's all almost to a damn T, and it's so the amount of research he puts into his pre-production is absolutely phenomenal. He does such a great job. And like immersing you in this past world. Like he does the same thing with the Lighthouse. And I assume he does the same thing with the Northman.
Yeah. And I feel like the way that these people respond to these supernatural things and being unsure of whether or not it's demons or something else, and just the way all of the characters react to everything is very believable. And I'm a big fan of that. The movie itself, I mean, what's like a 15-second synopsis?
A family in a New England town is banished, and they go out and live on the fringe of these woods, and something sinister lurks beyond the initial tree line, essentially, is what I would say. Yeah.
It's fair. It's pretty straightforward.
I mean, like the song, there's an undertone of paranoia in this movie. As the audience member, you know pretty much right into the movie that there is a supernatural element. There is a witch. There is a witch in the movie.
Yeah.
But the characters in the movie don't know that.
Right.
They're the ones that get the paranoia. They're the ones that are freaking out as all these things transpire. Great movie.
And they blame each other, and they start basically attacking each other.
Yeah, there's infighting and
so it's psychological as much as it is actual horror.
Agreed.
And it's thrilling and in a slow burn type of way.
Great performances, like we were saying during the trailer.
I mean, this was
great.
I mean, I feel like Anya Taylor-Joy, like this was one of the first things before she got real big. I think
this was the first thing she ever did.
It was either this. I think Thoroughbreds was after.
So it says Taylor-Joy was okay. So she was in a movie called Vampire Academy in 2014, but was removed from the final cut. Made her television debut in a drama series called Endeavor, and then appeared in a multi-episode arc in a 2015 drama series called Atlantis. So her big breakthrough role in movies was The Witch.
Okay.
But she was in television for like a few episodes. Nothing huge.
Right. And then shortly after that, she was in Split.
Yep. Great movie.
I haven't seen The Queen's Gambit. I've heard that's great.
She's in Last Night in Soho was all right.
I liked Emma, if you're into that kind of thing, Jane Austen type.
I have not seen that.
That's a fun one. I mean, I think half the reason I liked it was because of her, but
Gotcha. She's a great actress, and it's so cool to see her in that, back in 2015 in that role as Thomason, I think is the name of the character in The Witch, and then see her kind of rise to prominence.
Yeah, and she's great. She deserves her success, and I think it's really great. But
I like this movie a lot, and I can't recommend it enough.
I have literally nothing to add, but
it's a good movie.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
Go seek it out. Here, let's see. The Witch is available on Hulu right now. You can rent it on Vudu, Amazon Prime. Oh, it's available on HBO Max as well. So if you have Hulu, HBO Max, one of those two should work at the time of this recording. It should be the same though, because same month. But
also, I don't know if you want to include this in the episode, but like the reveal of Black Phillip freaked me the fuck out.
Black Phillip is, yeah.
That shit was like, I was like, oh fuck, we're going there. Like, this is the devil.
This was the biggest thing that I've seen Ralph in. How do you say his last name? Ensign?
I think so. Because he was obviously in Game of Thrones. He was not a huge character in Game of Thrones. I can't remember him in
Innocent.
Okay.
Innocent.
Innocent. I'm looking at his filmography. Oh, he's in Harry Potter as Amicus Cairo. But that's not a huge role.
He's in Hurricane Heist, Nate.
Oh. How could I forget the great 2018 American disaster heist action film?
Every time I see this guy, like just Ralph Ineson.
He's the Green Knight in The Green Knight.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, I like that movie.
Yeah, that's a good movie. Every time I see him, though, and I'm like, that guy smells like cigarettes.
He looks very smoky.
Like, I don't know how to describe him other than that. Like, he's just got that.
He's a hell of an actor, though.
Yeah, and he has that. It might be his voice, too, because he's got this deep, gravelly
British voice
that I can't even replicate.
Hello, I am British.
And half the time, in his roles, he's just dirty.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you need to check out The Northman, man. It's really good.
I love Lighthouse. I love The Witch. Have
you seen Conan the Barbarian?
The new one or the original? I've seen the original. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's basically like if he did his own Conan.
Oh.
In the simplest way. It's his own Conan.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of Eggers, I'm really excited for his Nosferatu remake.
Is he still doing that?
Yeah, it's still going. It's still
okay, good. I heard it got canceled or something.
No, it's still moving. It's slowly moving.
Be cool. That'll be cool.
I low key really like the original, like the black and white silent film. I think that is a really, really, really well made movie, especially for its time. It's way ahead of its time.
Oh yeah, 4 days ago, Bill Skarsgård and Lily Rose Depp to star in Nosferatu. Bill Skarsgård is becoming like the horror guy. Like,
I'm kind of okay with it because he's really good as Pennywise.
He was great as Pennywise.
Yeah.
I was shocked at how...
Oh, yeah.
Say what you will about the movies. I liked them. I liked the first one a lot more than the second.
The first one is great. The second one's fine.
I thought,
But in defense of part two, it is overhated. But in defense of part two, the more interesting parts in the book is with the kids. The less interesting stuff is with the adults. So it kind of works out that way. But yeah, part one, fucking great.
Yes. But that's great. And I'm a big fan. So
I'm glad you like this movie because I think it's really, really good. And I'm happy, Eggers can do whatever he wants now because I think he's fantastic. And it sounds like he's 3 for 3. In my eyes, he's 2 for 2. But if he's 3 for 3, I trust you.
Yeah, no, I would definitely
seek it out.
Shall we move on?
Yeah, I have nothing more to say. I love that movie, and think I've exercised all my love for it right now.
All right. I'm excited to see if you've seen my pick. Because, at the beginning of the episode, we were talking a little bit about Hocus Pocus.
Did you put Hocus Pocus?
Pick. Oh. Not my pick. I'm picking I would say it's in the same vein as Hocus Pocus, but more for adults. This film is directed by an iconic filmmaker. It has an all-star cast. It has music by the iconic John Williams, starring Jack Nicholson, Cher, Susan Sarandon, and Michelle Pfeiffer, directed by George Miller. This movie is The Witches of Eastwick.
Oh, fuck. I've never seen that. I know people like that movie. God,
it's a fun little movie.
I know it's.
Let's watch the trailer and we'll get into it.
Damn it. People really like that movie. I've never seen it.
Let me know when you're zeroed out.
Ready.
3, 2, 1.
In the quiet town of Eastwick, where nothing ever changes, 3 beautiful women are about to discover powers they never dreamed they had.
Who should we be looking for? He should be really handsome.
This looks so charming.
Nice.
I mean, Jack Nicholson, like...
Now, the man of their dreams is here.
Jane, at last we meet.
So I'm just going to read the film synopsis real quick, which is 3 small town friends, which is composed of Cher, Susan Sarandon, and Michelle Pfeiffer.
All great.
All in their prime. This is 1987, right?
Yeah.
Each has lost a man in their lives and are unfulfilled until a furtive stranger, played by Jack Nicholson, arrives and begins courting each of them. Eventually, Daryl tells them that they are witches, but as the 3 friends spend more time at his mansion, enjoying themselves and learning about their powers, they begin to worry about his ultimate intentions. Basically, it's been a minute since I've seen it, but they basically summon the devil. And Jack Nicholson is pretty much the devil.
It's Satan.
Yeah. And Jack Nicholson's great. He just chews scenery like crazy.
He's the best.
Yeah, and it's a great companion piece to Hocus Pocus because it
seems more tailored to adults.
Yeah, it's more tailored to adults, so there's more sexual themes and stuff. So if you have kids or something, maybe not watch it with them. I believe what's the rating? I think it's rated R.
The movie poster has an R on it, so yeah, it's totally rated R.
Yeah, so it's an adult movie, but you have the 3 witches, and they're less like professional witches and more like they kind of accidentally do this, I believe.
Oh, they're like amateur?
Yeah,
gotcha.
If I remember correctly. Anybody can correct me if I'm wrong. But, I mean, it has music by John Williams. It is... I mean, it's just really, really nice. And Jack Nicholson is just the devil. So I don't know. Like,
you can't get any
the devil.
Yeah, you can't get any better than that, man.
Right. So
he's great.
I wish you had seen this because it's a good Halloween movie, especially if you're not the type of person like me who doesn't like being scared. To a certain degree, this is more.
Yeah, motherfucker won't watch Conjuring, but he likes The Witch. The fuck.
This is more on the comedy side of horror type. Like,
oh, okay. It seems like there's a lot of laughing moments. Like, there's a lot of moments where like it's like either physical comedy or situational kind of comedy.
I feel like this is like an extinct type of movie where it's a fantasy comedy for adults.
Okay.
Right? Like,
yeah.
And there's like romance type stuff and it's fun and the leads are women and it's just really great. I mean, I love Michelle Pfeiffer. Cher's great. Susan Sarandon's great. They just make a great trio and perfect date night movie. And yeah, I mean, it's just a charming little movie. It's available on Tubi for free. So Just download the Tubi app on your smart TV or whatever, and you'll have to watch a couple ads, but it's available there for free. So otherwise, you can rent it.
Cool.
So, do you have any thoughts? What anything about the trailer stick out to you?
There's a lot of physical comedy, or a lot of physical like I guess it's Jack Nicholson like dangling out of a car at one point. That shit's kind of funny.
He gets to ham it up real hard and go,
and that's like peak Nicholson when he can ham it up. That's like absolutely the best type of Nicholson. Dude, I think.
I don't mean to hype it up too hard, but the end goes really bonkers. Like,
I'm okay with that.
The last act is crazy, and I feel like it's kind of like a 4-act movie because it's about 2 hours, which is long for a comedy of this type.
Right.
But it just works. It's a fun little movie. George Miller directed it, of Mad Max, and
and Happy Feet.
Yeah,
and
he is an eclectic filmmaker that, I don't know, he just makes the right kind of stuff, and he. Yeah, it's kind of hard to talk about any further since you haven't seen it.
Yeah,
I urge you to watch it. I urge.
This is payback for all the movies I bring up.
I know. I know. Finally, I've seen something you haven't. Feels good.
Yeah. How do you feel? You can't say shit.
Dude, every week, I'm like, when I listen to an episode back, I'm like, I say like we need like a little stinger every time I say I haven't seen a movie. Like, good grief, I thought I was a movie guy. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe we'll implement that in season 2.
The episode that aired today, you didn't see my
I haven't seen it. Which fair, because that was a spoopy movie. This is the last week of horror month. Not the last month of horror month. It's the last week of horror month. And we're kind of going to go back to regularly scheduled programming in a sense where I don't think we're really going to do anything super special for November other than we're cutting down to 2 episodes for November and December. Next month, we're going to be cutting down to 2 episodes. We're going to be talking about songs we're thankful for. And then December is going to have 2 episodes as well that will probably be more holiday themed. And then we're going to take a short break while we prepare to improve and make season 2 an even more entertaining experience. So that's the layout of the rest of this year. And we're super excited about it. Nate, you got anything?
Just that I'm like really proud of like how far we've come. It's crazy to think that early this year, this concept was just kind of like in its infantile stages, and it's like really kind of keeps progressing, and it keeps, growing and growing. And, we have so many more ideas, and
yeah, we're 29 weeks in now. 29 weeks.
We have just so much that we want to like throw into it. And
yeah.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, and we're working on just making our podcast a unique experience, and I can't wait to reveal what those steps.
Our rollout, like what our rollout's gonna be. It's gonna be cool. I'm just very proud that we've kept with it, and we've come this far. So that I'm pretty cool about.
Yeah.
So not to get like sentimental.
Oh,
that's where I'm feeling. That's what I'm feeling.
Dude, I'm excited.
It's been fun, man. I've been really enjoying this. It gives me something to look forward to. And even like when we're editing the episodes, it's like fun to like look back at our conversations. So
and it's a good excuse to hang out. That's the main reason we started this anyway. It's a good excuse to hang out.
Yep.
And yeah, man. Well, I guess that's the end of this episode as we let you all enjoy your spooky October nights. I don't know. I kind of lost track of where I was going with that, but
whoever's listening, have a safe and happy Halloween, And, have a, hopefully at the end of your year, you end strong and, end 2022 strong. So,
yeah. And I promise season 2, we're going to get the closing down. We're going to get it down.
Yeah. Yeah. We kind of just like free ball it.
And cut. That's where it's stopping. Free ball it.
Thanks for listening. Follow us on Twitter at Sound Crusaders, and also follow us on TikTok and Instagram at Soundscape Crusaders. Until next time.